Good morning, North Carolina Vinyl Picker here on a Tuesday, 7 videos in 7 days. So here we're going to go. We're going to catch up on all these different things I have to talk about, and we're going to get down to it and get my whole desk cleared off of all fresh vinyl, all stuff that I've been picking up, and all these different shows I want to do. So anyway, we're going to get right into it. This is going to be the top 10 additional bands you've never heard of, mostly prog, some of them fusion, some of them a mixture of both. So let's get right into it. Here's number one. Riverside is a Polish band that is progressive, but also metal. It's a metal prog band. And Eddie, you would love these guys. You need to check these people out. They formed in 2001. And I told a guy at the Steven Wilson concert one time, I went to see Porcupine Tree. And there was a guy in the front. I was like, I don't know, 8 feet from Steven Wilson in the front row. And there was a guy next to me getting into the show. And I told him about this band. So he was going to look them up. So that was a long time ago. This is a great band. They got a big catalog now. I've been with them since the beginning. And the band's called Riverside. Check them out. Number two, coming in, Gryphon. Gryphon was a band that formed in 1972. This album is called Red Queen to Gryphon 3. It's a mixture of English folk, medieval, and Renaissance music. These guys are really good. I picked this up down in Hickory at the record store down there. Far Out Records. Yeah. If you're down there in Hickory in the square, go check them out. They're right there. Across the street there from the, by the Hickory Plaza. Red Queen, Gryphon 3. Check this album out. And this band. They're really good. Number three, coming in number three. This is a band, they're called Egg. And I have them on CD because their LPs are very, very expensive. And they were formed with Dave Stewart, 1968, Canterbury, Prog. Arzachel was, I guess, the band that was before them. And they made one record. And then they couldn't put the name of their names on there because they were already signed to the record label to make their make the first Egg album. This one here. Or was it this one? It's one of these three. His three, they have 3 albums. And this was before National Health and Hatfield in the North. And Dave Stewart went on. It's not the Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics. It's the keyboard player, Dave Stewart. So check these guys out. Egg. Next one, number 4. Grobschnitt. Grobschnitt. This album is called Merry-Go-Round. And my friend John up in New Jersey turned me on to this band a long time ago. They have a lot of great records. They're a West German band. They formed in 1970 and they up till 1989. And I heard now that they've disbanded, utilized humor in their music, noises, silly lyrics, and concepts. This is probably my favorite album by them. I love Merry-Go-Round. Rock Pommel's Land is also really good. And then some of their other stuff. Illegal. Yeah, check out Grobschnitt. Number 5, we're almost halfway. This is a Canadian band called Harmonium. And they formed in Quebec in 1972. 2007, all 3 studio albums were named among the top Canadian albums of all time. So there you go. This is their second album. I've never heard their first or their third album. But if you get a chance, you can find this album on CD. I don't know if it's available on vinyl. Most like a lot of these bands I listen to, being a prog head, a lot of them are only available on CD. So they're formed in Quebec in 72. Check out Harmonium. Coming into the bottom half, number 6, IQ. Peter Nichols. IQ is a great band. They formed in 81 during the neo-prog movement of the 80s, along with Solstice, Palace, 12th Night, Marillion, Pendragon. Those are some other bands that were in that neo-prog movement. Yeah, going into the 80s, that's what I was listening to, the neo-prog movement. This is called The Wake. This is probably their best album up till their later stuff, which was really good also. But you notice the similarity with Genesis. Everybody was trying to get that Genesis sound back then. Them, Marillion, a lot of different bands. Asabisa, I think I'm pronouncing that right. They made 3 albums, and Roger Dean did the artwork for them. They formed in 1969 with members from Guyana and the UK. They made 3 albums, as far as I know, and the longest lived of the African heritage bands in the United Kingdom in London. So there you go. This is a really good band, nice and tight. Kind of reminds you of early Santana or Malo, Carlos's brothers band. They're all like this, very similarity. It's a good album, really good album. They're all good. All 3 of their albums are really good. This is a really great album. I have an extra copy in my store, actually. This is Quartermass. That's Peter Robinson. And Peter Robinson went on to do Jesus Christ Superstar. He was in that. Peter Robinson was also in Brand X. He's a keyboard player. He's English. Quartermass was from 1969 to 1971. Richie Blackmore covered one of their songs in 75 on the first Rainbow album. So there you go. You gotta love Peter Robinson. This is considered to be one of the very first prog albums. This came out in 1970, folks. This is really early. If you can find this album, pick it up. If you can find 2 copies, pick them up. I have one in the store. I'm not crazy about selling it, but I'll let it go because they're that rare. Coming in at number 9, we're almost done. Flash, formed in 1971, made 3 albums. Ian MacDonald, Rick Wakeman, and Patrick Moraz all tried out for this band. Of course, this band is Peter Banks when he was let go from Yes, and then they hired Steve Howe. This is Flash. Tony Kaye is on the first album, but he's not credited. My dogs are going to bark. I want to finish this up. Happy the Man from Virginia. Formed in 73. June 76. Gabriel went on to VA. He went there for his post band when he left Genesis. So there you go. He was going to use these guys, but he decided not to. So he got a 5-year deal from Arista anyway. You can find this album, find this one. Their second album is called Crafty Hands. Everybody out there, have a great day. Enjoy your Tuesday. Find some records. It's what I'm going to go do today. I'm going to go look down in Hickory, look for some more records. The wife's going with me, so I'll be in good shape. Talk to you later. Support those troops.